what would happen if gravity just disappeared? It's a big question that scientists have actually put a lot of thought into. You might think that the first thing you'd notice is that you can no longer walk. That's because Earth's gravity pulls down on everything with a force called the weight. That's because without gravity, the Earth would no longer be a sphere. It would be a pancake. That's because gravity pulls the Earth into a sphere shape. Without gravity, the Earth would simply collapse in on itself. Without gravity, we wouldn't be able to walk on the ground or even stay on the ground. We'd all float away into outer space. You'd see all sorts of things floating around in the sky. Cars would be floating past you, as well as buildings, trees, and even people. There's only one thing left to do, and that is to float away into outer space and join the sun and the planets and the stars. And that's what would happen if gravity suddenly disappeared. In fact, anything that wasn't attached to the Earth's surface would be floating away. That includes the atmosphere, so you wouldn't be able to breathe. But there's more to it than that. You might also notice that the sky looks a little funny. But let's imagine for a moment that you were somehow still standing on the Earth's surface. What would you see around you? And that's not all. All the water on Earth would also float away, leaving you on a dry, cracked Earth. Even the oceans would evaporate and float away, leaving nothing but an empty shell of what was once a vibrant planet. All the remaining ice would float away into space, and that's when you would realize just how truly alone you are. You are truly all alone in a frozen wasteland, with no air to breathe and nothing to eat or drink. But what about the sun? Would it float away to? And that's because without gravity, there's no such thing as a flat surface. Everything is curved. So you couldn't build a shelter out of the debris. The answer is yes. And that's because the sun is also a giant ball of gas. And without gravity, it wouldn't be able to maintain its shape. It would literally float away into outer space, leaving the Earth in total darkness. So what would happen next? Without the sun's energy, the Earth would become a frozen wasteland. So, what would you do next? You could try to build a shelter out of the debris that's floating around you, but it's not going to be easy. In fact, you couldn't do anything. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another amazing science video.